Now, time for a few tips from the locals. Our tip number 1. We showed you a few of the forts and we definitely appreciate them all. However, we have our 2 favorites. Our favorite number 1, the second fort. We really adore the atmosphere it has. As the least touched fort with a very raw atmosphere where you can feel how the fort probably looked 100 years ago. And our second favorite, the star among the forts, is fort number 4. Really impressive, first of all, by the size and by many other things. Go there. And if you are a bit afraid of the low temperature, of the snow or the rain, there is the third fort we would recommend. The most advertised, the most used for the tourist, which is fort number 9. There you will find the museum, you will find many useful information and the local guides working there and always willing to explain you everything about the Kaunas Fortress. Tip number 2. We would recommend 1 to 2 hours for each fort. However, if you have a guide like Juozas, you could spend half of a day in one of these. Tip number 3. The fact that the forts are open to explore does not mean that the accidents might not happen. So please, do not ignore the security sign. Do not climb on the high walls. Do not approach the edges. And always mind your step, mind your head, and we believe that you will be pretty fine. Tip number 4. We need to talk. The natural needs. You should find the toilet in the forts, however, no restaurants or cafes or even the grocery shops around. So make sure that some food is in the pocket and, well, the fort could be a nice spot for an adventurous picnic. Tip number 5. Well, make sure that you have a pair of good hiking shoes. Also, be ready that your outfit might get muddy, dusty, wet, or even scratched. Tip number 6. Please show your love for the bats sleeping in the fort. They really need it. And from the month of October till the month of May, simply avoid the zones where the bats are sleeping. Tip number 7. The last but not the least important, we highly recommend get a professional guide. What we experience today is that exploring the fort without the professional is the same as reading Italian newspaper without speaking the language, where you will probably recognize the letters and few words, but you will understand nothing. Nada. Nieko.